Hello, this is Amalia again, and now I'm going to show you the Java applications that were done in NetBeans. Such applications were a Maths application, which is basically a calculator, an art application, and a text editor, which is basically a notepad. Such applications have their own design and coding. I'm going to show you in a few seconds. So basically this is the art application created by me, and the whole coding behind it. The Maths application, just give me a moment please until it loads. There's the calculator and the text editor, which is basically the notepad. Just give it a second until it loads please. And there it is. Basically one could access three applications by the means of a main application, which is the main form for such applications. This is basically designed by a title stating to choose which application the user would like to use, and three buttons which are mainly the Maths application, the text editor application, and the art application. If one had to click play on such application, one would basically be taken to this main choice. I'm going to start with the mathematics application, which is basically the calculator. It is showing the format of each number and the format of each addition, minus, times, division, and memory store, beside adding a memory. It also can clear the sum from some such calculator, and if basically one had to make an addition of a 5 plus 5, a subtraction of 5, a times of a 5, and a division of a number 5, the answer should be number 5, as it correctly shows. And it also enables the user to add a number once the user decides to save such numerical in this application. So I'm going basically to show you such function. I'm going to add this number to my memory, which is located in the calculator, and basically I'm going to do 5 plus memory store an answer, which is basically showing the correct answer, which is 130. I could clear now the screen, and exit from such application and be taken back to the main application. Now I'm going to show you the text editor, which is basically showing the whole functions that could be used, and a text field that mainly shows the status of these three functions, these three buttons which are found in this section. These are mainly the new button, save button, and the load button. I'm going to write something. And basically I'm going to save such application, such document in my desktop by clicking on save. I could be able to save this on my desktop, name it to documentation, and save it as it is. One could be able to see that such a document is in a format of a .txt and could be opened in a notepad that is found on the computer. Once closing, I could be also to load such application, but once clearing this document by clicking the new document, and beside this, the saved application is showing the main button in other status, which is the text field. I'm going to clear such documentation and I'm going to load such document in my text editor. I go to my desktop, search for documentation and open, and I'll be shown again my documentation, which is basically what I wrote before. Such other functions that are found in this document, in this text editor, are the font color, which basically change the text into any kind of color that is programmed in this application, which are mainly blue, gray, green, yellow, black, red, and white, which basically doesn't show the text. But if one had to change the background color to red, he or she mainly see the text written in such modification. I'll continue from here. Background color shows a different background for the such encoded colors in this section, which are red, blue, black, yellow, and white. One had to change the font color to, for example, black. One could be able to see again the text in this format. The font size, one could be able to change the font size to 6, 10, 12, 16, and 22. One could also emphasize on such text by the means of bold, italic, and back to normal by the means of plain text, and the font style could also be changed to Calibri, Arial, sans serif, Times New Roman, and Vivaldi. Such application does so by the means of the whole code that I was able to find and beheld by the means of the internet. Now I would exit such application, and now I'm going to enter in this art application. The art application is prompts the user to enter a username, which is my name basically, which is Anthony, and if one had to enter an incorrect username or a password, for example, let me do this, a window would pop up stating that the username is either wrong or even the password could be wrong. But if I had to say my correct username, it would be Anthony, and the correct password would be matrix, M-A-T-R-I-X, now, and 1, 2, 3. Submit. Basically, one is taken to this application, which shows a text area, 3 different text areas, a panel which holds the 3 different kind of images, a label which holds the different kind of authors, which are basically shown once the image is loaded. I'm going to load them in an image from my HCI assignment, which I already prepared. In such case, here, all I have to do is go to my Java assignment, click on images, and for example load Grand Theft Auto. and there it is. My image is loaded in such application, and once one do so, my author the author is also applied to this image. I'm going also to load a comment for such image, which I also prepared in my HCI assignment. Go to Java, images and documentation, documents, and GTA 5 documentation is shown in such text area. Once doing so, I be also able to load two other different images, which are an image about Malta and an image about hip hop music, which is mainly my favorite my favorite music scene. I just have to go on Java, images, and Valletta is shown in this image. One could also load a document in such application. Images, document about Malta, and I could also load the other image, which basically shows a different image, which is all concerned about hip hop music. Desktop, HCI assignment, Java, images and documentation, images, hip hop, load my comment, desktop, HCI assignment, Java, images and documentation, documents, and my hip hop documentation is shown in this section. One could also reset all the panels and the text areas and the labels that are found in such application by clicking on reset all. Basically, it starts from fresh, and I'm going to show you that each button in each section can also be able to reset an image and the documentation. Images, load comment, desktop, HCI assignment, Java, images and documentation, documents, and GTA 5 documentation. I could reset the image only. I could also reset the comment. I could basically do this for the whole functionality that is found in the other text areas and panels. Desktop, HCI assignment, Java, images, hip hop, load comment, desktop, HCI assignment, Java, images and documentation, documents, and hip hop documentation. I could basically reset my image and reset my comment, and I could do so for the other panel and text area. Desktop, HCI assignments, Java, images, Valletta, load my comment, my desktop, HCI assignment, Java, images and documentation, documents, and Malta documentation, and basically I could reset the whole panel and the whole text area. I could also exit from this application and I could basically exit from such main application by the close button. This is it for today. This is done all by NetBeans and عملت عملية 2 with